So back in 2016, a game called Overwatch came out, a multiplayer shooter game that got very popular. And 2 years later, Figma made an action figure line with only a few of them, but they had Figma Genji, a very good action figure. I really wanted it and I couldn't get it back then. So I got it now for about 120 bucks, which is an alright price seeing him as he's about 160 and more usually used. And I don't think he's ever gonna get a reissue because the game is dying, but let's see if I got my money's worth. Well, enough of that. Here is the Figma figure. Here is Genji from Overwatch, the one I paid 120 bucks for. He looks very nice. The packaging looks very clean, as Figma used to do packages. Here's the side with a beautiful promotional picture of Genji and all that promotional stuff. Here you can see all the poses you could do with him. They all look very nice. And all that Chinese stuff that I can't read because I'm American. You could also see all of this beautiful picture of Genji. And here at the top is another promotional picture of Genji with Figma and all that promotional stuff, as you can see. And at the bottom is literally the same, just with a barcode. Another thing that I wanted to talk about is that since this is an older figure, the box is pretty much bigger and it takes a lot of space. Since comparing it to this Gojo figure, you can see the packaging has gone way slimmer and smaller for the Gojo packaging. It's the same width, but it's not the same height. And I like the new style packaging more since it's smaller, so then I don't have to take as much space. But that's enough of that. Let's get on into what's inside. Here you can see everything that it comes with. You can see the figure, 2 swords, and all of that. Anyways, let's open this thing up so you can see exactly what's inside. You could see the figure and this bag right here with all the accessories. The figure looks nice, as it should, since I paid quite a bit of money for it. Here you can see what's inside the box, the hands, all of that stuff, you know. Here are the 2 swords and stuff. You could see the effect that it comes with. It's only one effect. And there's also a stand that isn't included because I already opened the figure because I can't hold myself. It's a pretty nice figure and I did wait quite a while for it to come into the mail. Anyways, enough with the packaging. Let's get on to the figure. Here's the figure with all its glory. The sculpting looks very nice. You can see the paint job is fantastic and it looks very nice. It's obviously painted very well, as it should, since it is a pretty quality figure. It costed me quite a bit, so it had to be good. And since it is used, there is a bit of chipping. I'll probably show that later though. Obviously, it's all very nice sculpted like in the game. Looks exactly how it does in the game. And obviously, I think it's very much worth the money that I paid for it. And I really do like how it looks. There's also a ponytail thing in the back. I'll probably show that in a bit. But here's more looks of the figure. And right here, there was a paint chipping right there, so you could see where it is. But since it is a pre-owned figure, I expected there to be at least a little bit of paint chipping or miss whatever. There's also a part right there of also a little bit of paint chipping, but you couldn't see it because I don't know, you just can't since the camera sucks. Anyways, let's look onto the back of the figure. You can see it's pretty nice. It also has the ponytail, which is on a joint, which is also pretty cool. And it's pretty useful if you want to pose it, like jumping and all that. Here you can see more of the figure's legs. Yeah, anyways, let's get on into the articulation. Alright, here you can see how high the head goes. It's pretty nice. It's also a bit stiff. Here you can see how low the neck goes with the head. It's pretty alright. And there's also this back thing that goes up and down, as you can see. Very useful for seeing his head go up. Also the ponytail, or whatever you call it, goes around very nicely. It's on a ball joint or whatever. It's pretty cool and very useful. Now let's look at the swords, which are also on a ball peg in the middle, which go up and down. And they're very useful for posing. There's also a second sword right below the first one, which is smaller and it's more like a mini katana type thing. You can see, also very useful. Right here, let's go on into the arm. It goes about that high. It's pretty nice, very good. There's also a bicep swivel, but since it's kind of getting blocked by that thing right there, it's not very good at all. it's kind of non-existent, to be honest. So yeah, that's something that they could have done better. Right here you can see that's as much as it goes. 90-degree angle, it's alright. It would have been cool if it would have gone a bit more. Here you could see how far it goes out. Here you could see a type of grabbing pose that he could do since he is a ninja. And since he does have those joints from Revoltech, like type joints, they're very useful for his poses, which are more dynamic since he's a melee weapon user. Let's see what else we can see. Yeah, as I'm going to show right here, he has these types of joints which are very useful for posing, since that's what this figure is for, not some figure to play with. Anyways, you could see it's pretty much the same as the Revoltech one, but a bit different, using Figma type joints. That's his ab crunch. It's pretty nice for what it is, since there is this like piece in the middle that isn't like bendable at all, or it is somewhat bendable, but like it shouldn't bend as much as it does. And you can see his body's like sectioned off into pieces, which are pretty nice. He also has a pretty nice booty. I mean, let's get back into topic. He moves back about that much. It's not very good, but when are you going to be moving your figure back? Here you can see the leg goes about that much if you don't want to like use this, which is blocking the articulation. They should have probably, I mean, just to keep it accurate, they left it like that, but you could move it to the side and have even better articulation. You could also see the knee is pretty cool. And yeah, unless you want to break it, I wouldn't recommend putting the leg all the way up straight. You see there is a bit of thigh swivel, very nice. Here you can see the leg bends pretty well. It looks a bit goofy with the ball in the middle. And here's the foot. It goes all the way down, all the way up, and there is a toe hinge. It does swivel, or whatever you call it, when it goes off to the side. And that's about it. Now, looking at its accessories, you could see that he has a pretty cool green sword like in the game. He also has a smaller one, which is also very cool. He also has this effect. It looks pretty nice. It's very well sculpted and things. It's also very useful if you want to recreate like his in-game poses. Here are the hands, 2 punching hands, 2 spread out hands, the other one's on the figure. And we also got this type of shuriken, which is also what you could use with the effect, which is pretty nice. And the promotional pictures, you could see this is type of a ninja hand, pretty cool, only for one hand though. You also got this one where you can hold in the sword. The other one's also on the figure. And then we got these 2 hands, which I have no recollection of like what would you need it for, since it doesn't fit for the swords. They're just there. It's like punching, but with just holes in the middle, which I don't see the purpose of. Anyways, that's it for the figure. Personally, it was worth all the money, every single penny. If I could, I would buy another one just in case if this one breaks, since Figma are pretty prone to breaking. But it is pretty nice, comes with everything, and 120 bucks was not bad at all. If you want this figure, you should get it before the prices go up. But anyways, that's all for today. See you guys later.